There are moments in SARAN CISSE's life that continue to haunt her. What happened in this stadium is one of them. It was supposed to be a rally for democracy. Instead, it turned into a massacre. SARAN CISSE was with her young teenage cousin chanting for freedom when Guinea security forces stormed the venue. Her young cousin watched as SARAN was raped by soldiers, and then he was killed. Others were hacked to death. His body was never found.
What I want to know is why. Why? Why did we have to go through this? Why did they do this to us? Why hasn't justice been served?
Questions the government are not willing to answer. This is the moment the attack took place in 2009. Security forces tortured, killed, and dumped bodies in mass graves that have yet to be unearthed. At least 156 people died in what the International Criminal Court suspects are crimes against humanity. No one has been prosecuted for the crimes. Shortly after our interview with SARAN CISSE, security forces interrupted the filming.
They demanded we erase the footage, arrested us, forcing us out of the country. Our request for an answer from the government was ignored. 10 years after the events took place, survivors still have not received justice, and many of those responsible are not only free, but still in charge of Guinea's security forces.
Human Rights Watch believes Bangura, the governor of Conakry, Chegborough in charge of special police operations, and Jean-Claude Pivy, a colonel who was up until recently in charge of the current president's security, are some of the men behind the massacre. All continue to be close allies to President Alpha Conde.
The investigation has really been delayed by, in some ways, a lack of political will. A key component of the investigation is the whereabouts of over 100 bodies, which we believe are buried in mass graves in Conakry and elsewhere.
Not only has President Alpha Conde failed to deliver justice, he's now using the same security forces involved in the massacre to quash mounting demonstrations against his attempt to extend his time in power. And so survivors are joining protesters. While there is trauma, threats, and intimidation, it seems SARAN CISSE will not be silenced. Nicolas, Haque, Al Jazeera,